With the recent spark of teasers, trailers, and release dates for upcoming games and crazy rumors starting to pop up here and there, it's finally starting to feel like E3 season. And since Nintendo is planning on having a big presence at this year's events, I think it's about time to make a prediction video. But not just any prediction video. This is another episode of the Dream Direct, a new video series on my channel where I take speculation to a whole new level, and pretty much come up with my own Nintendo Direct scenario that includes possible, yet most of the time, very unlikely, crazy, and somewhat biased predictions. Not only that, but in these videos I try my best to replicate the Nintendo Direct format, so it's kinda like you're watching a real Direct in a way. But just know, these are not my actual expectations, and some of these announcements might get a little bit crazy, so try and prepare yourself mentally for any hype you might experience. Enjoy.
Sorry to keep you waiting!
The E3 Nintendo Direct officially kicks off with a brand new game announcement. It's the reveal of a new Kid Icarus game. It's a direct sequel and in the same vein as Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS. However, the game is being handled by Platinum Games. The trailer stating the game's director is Hideki Kamiya, who is notorious for working on most of Platinum's best action games. Sakurai and his team Sora Limited has way less involvement this time around, but nonetheless still involved with the project to some extent. After showing off 2 minutes of cut together gameplay footage and cutscenes, the trailer ends with a release window of 2020. Along with that, an HD port of Kid Icarus Uprising is being bundled in for no extra cost. After the Kid Icarus reveal, Doug Bowser shows up to give Nintendo fans a short little introduction and a gaming-related monologue just like Reggie used to do. After that's wrapped up, Doug tells the audience to get ready for some exciting new details on some of Nintendo Switch's most anticipated games. It goes into a couple of short yet packed trailers for the following games: Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Daemon X Machina, Astral Chain, Link's Awakening, Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Olympic Games, and finally Bayonetta 3, also Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch of course. Several of these games get new release dates. Daemon X Machina is delayed until 2020, Link's Awakening is revealed for August, Luigi's Mansion is October, Mario and Sonic is April 2020, and Animal Crossing is this September. Bayonetta 3 is also 2020. Most, if not all of these games will be shown off later in more detail during the Nintendo Treehouse Live. And though it may seem like those trailers won't take too long, the time for each of them adds up, and in total, this section will be around 25 minutes of the Direct. A big chunk of that time is dedicated to Bayonetta and Animal Crossing Switch. After that though, the Direct starts rolling into some new game announcements, starting off with a Wii U port. Xenoblade Chronicles X is coming to the Nintendo Switch and is slated for a December 2020 release. A person from the Monolith Soft team talks about the port for a few minutes, along with some of their plans for the Switch. A number of projects are in development, and one of which is ready to be shown, which happens to be a new IP, and the start of a brand new series using the Xeno name. A short cinematic preview is shown off in what seems to be a medieval-like setting, with a 2020 release window at the end. After the trailer, they state that they're hard at work on this new project along with several others, and even thanks us for our patience. Speaking of patience, a new announcement regarding the beloved series with the little flower people is finally ready to be shown. A Pikmin HD trilogy for Nintendo Switch. Yes, an HD collection of the first 3 Pikmin games upscaled to 1080p. Thankfully, it has full gyroscope support for fans of the pointer motion controls back on Wii and Wii U. It's releasing this July, and no other Pikmin announcements are shown. A beautiful cinematic starts playing, showing off Pikmin doing whatever Pikmin do, picking up stuff, hiding behind stuff, making noises, until a gigantic meteor crashes down, wiping out a huge number of the little guys. Tiny screams of terror and agony is spread across this world that once seemed happy and carefree. 50 years have passed, and only the fire Pikmin have survived. Now it's up to them to rebuild this world! Alright man, I'm not doing this, let's just get to the point. A new Pikmin game is announced right after the trilogy, and it seems to be a continuation of the series. New characters, old characters, new Pikmin including a brand new orange spiky Pikmin, at a bunch of new locations. No, the meteor never hit and Pikmin never died. Don't worry, that was just another game that's happening in 2021. The trailer ends with a release window of spring 2020. Moving on to a game that's a unique take on the Kirby series, a full-fledged 3D Kirby game. Yeah, this has been done before with the 3DS eShop game, Kirby Blow-Up Blast, but this is sort of a spiritual successor to that game. It has more refined controls, way more content, and in a way, it's more similar to Super Mario 3D Land and even 3D World. A surprise 2D Metroid game based off of 2017 Samus Returns is coming to Switch. It's a new game, not a remake this time, and it's made by the same developer, Mercury Steam. But right after that, someone from Retro Studios starts talking about the development of Metroid Prime 4, stating that the game is still in very early stages of development, so don't expect it anytime soon. However, they've been working on something completely new for the Nintendo Switch. Retro Studios shows off a brand new IP, and from what they show off, the game seems to be a 3D puzzle platformer, starring a little robot dude as the main character. There's no set release window for this new game, not even 2020, but they're certainly working hard on both this new project and Metroid Prime. After covering upcoming games, revealing some ports, and even announcing some new surprises, it goes back to Doug Bowser, where he states that Nintendo is rapidly growing their relationship with third-party publishers and developers, and says that they have a few surprises regarding those strong relationships, first of which is by Rockstar Games. Similar to the LA Noire remaster that released on Switch and other consoles, a Grand Theft Auto 4 remaster is announced with a shocking release date of November 2019. And this remaster will be coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC as well. But something even bigger for the Switch only this time around is the announcement of Grand Theft Auto 5 Nintendo Switch Edition, slated for sometime in 2020. All of the features from the current gen versions, PC, and last gen versions are intact, including the story mode, GTA Online, and first-person view. Nothing, and I mean nothing, from the original releases will be censored or cut out, and to put the cherry on top, exclusive Nintendo clothing items and vehicles are announced, along with an exclusive Nintendo radio station. Moving on to the next third-party game, Blizzard is excited to finally announce Overwatch is coming to Nintendo Switch sometime in 2020. It will be, once again, the full package with all the heroes, maps, and cosmetics. And just like GTA, special Nintendo costumes are shown off. And one of the examples happens to be a Donkey Kong skin for Winston. Atlus is the next third-party developer to give us some news, and it's pretty big. Persona 3 FAS and even Persona 4 Golden, which was previously only on the PlayStation Vita, are both coming to Nintendo Switch in 2019. This is the very first time main Persona games have ever left PlayStation platforms, and they happen to be a perfect fit for Nintendo Switch. No specific release dates are given out other than 2019, but Persona 3 FAS will come out first, then later on, Persona 4 Golden. Atlus then gives us a reminder that Persona 5 Scramble, the spin-off made by Koei Tecmo, is coming to Switch, and shows off a new trailer giving us more details on the story, playable characters, and more info on that mysterious red-haired girl at the end of the first trailer. Atlus also states that they unfortunately have no plans to release Persona 5 Royal on the Switch, or even the base Persona 5 game. They first want to see how well Persona 3 and 4 sell on the Switch before they even consider something like that. Nah, of course they have plans for it. In fact, it's releasing day and date with the US PS4 version next year. That also goes for the Japanese Switch release. Technically, it is coming first for Japanese PS4 owners, with the Switch version being a 2020 global release all around. After the Persona talk is all done with, Dauntless is revealed and even shadow dropped on the same day. The free-to-play Monster Hunter-like game by Phoenix Labs is announced and includes crossplay, cross-progression, and like I said before, is released on the eShop after the Direct is over. But that's not all for free-to-play shadow drops, as Apex Legends, EA's Battle Royale game developed by Respawn Entertainment, is also coming to Nintendo Switch just in time with the launch of Season 2. And for the last third-party game announcement, Microsoft reveals something pretty cool for longtime Nintendo fans. Rare Replay is coming to the Switch in November, a package of all of Rare's classic games including Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Perfect Dark, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and many others. Although this may have been an exclusive to Xbox One before, Nintendo's strong bond with Microsoft made it happen. After the third-party announcements wrap up, it comes back to Doug Bowser. He has another monologue related to how amazing the Switch is and how happy Nintendo is to have these strong and growing relationships with third parties, but it's so great that they have one more surprise for us. Sit tight and watch until the very end. A Smash trailer plays. It shows Diddy Kong driving. Everything about this trailer seems off, but extremely familiar. Diddy Kong runs into an oil spill, spins out and crashes, loses the race and throws a fit about it. After the race is over, a bear character comes over to check if he's okay. Diddy gets pretty pissed off at this bear, blaming him for spilling the oil and costing him the race. This bear character says it wasn't him and points to the true culprit, a mean green witch hiding behind the trees. And this witch notices and tries to fly away. But before she can, the bear comes out and is revealed to be Banjo. Yeah, Banjo is our next Smash character. They finally did it. Banjo is in Smash. Kazooie too. But that's not it, as after the Banjo and Kazooie gameplay trailer and showing off their stage, another stage is shown off. It's a Minecraft stage. But not only that, a Creeper Assist trophy and a Steve Me costume is shown off. While all of the Banjo and Kazooie stuff is tied to the Fighter's Pass, the Minecraft content is separate and happens to be free DLC that everyone gets in Update 4.0. This is to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Minecraft, and was personally suggested by Microsoft and the Minecraft team. That's not it though, as there's an announcement for a Smash Ultimate dedicated direct for July. It states Fighter Pass Character 3, other new content, and more details regarding the content shown today will all be featured. There seems to be another announcement though, the real last announcement of Nintendo's E3 2019 Direct. The return and the revival of Donkey Kong Racing. The cancelled GameCube Diddy Kong Racing sequel is finally back, and is a collaboration between the current Rare team and the Mario Kart team. Gameplay is shown, however, unlike the original trailer back in 2000, you don't seem to be riding animals during the racing part of the game. Instead, you'll be riding animals in Adventure Mode's hub world. Once again, this is another game slated for a 2020 release, but at the very end, there's a small statement saying Diddy Kong Racing seems to be a bonus game for Rare Replay on Nintendo Switch. One final sizzle reel plays, showing off everything announced as well as every upcoming Switch game, including games that haven't even been talked about during the Direct, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. The presentation ends after that and switches over to Treehouse Live. So that was my dream E3 2019 Nintendo Direct scenario, and while yes, some of those announcements were just a tiny bit insane, I'm not actually expecting most of that stuff to happen like I said before. I really want to make sure you guys know that. This video was just for fun, and technically yeah, they are my predictions, but predictions don't always have to be logical or realistic, and they never have to be right. Thank you so much for watching the video. I think I'm going to continue this Dream Direct series in the future for other Nintendo Directs, since I was extremely overwhelmed with the support on the last one. But one more thing I should probably mention is that I was pretty vague about release dates and game titles. Even compared to my last video, I was pretty vague. The main reason why is because I personally don't think solid release dates are necessary. Most of the time in these directs, we only get like a release year, and possibly a release month. As for game titles, my excuse there is that I'm pretty bad at coming up with them. I'd probably just slap a 2 on Kid Icarus Uprising and probably just a 4 on the new Pikmin game, and call it a day. Then again, Nintendo does end up doing that anyways. It's whatever though. I'll just leave the name speculation to you guys in the comments if you have any suggestions. Also, don't forget to tell me your personal hopes, predictions, dream scenarios even. I'll be live streaming my reaction to at least the Nintendo Direct. Maybe Microsoft and Ubisoft will have to see, but I should mention that I'm streaming like hours beforehand too, just to get the hype going and to play games like Smash Bros. Ultimate with you guys while we wait. I'm gonna wrap it up though. Goodbye, and I'll see you next time.